earlier this week, I mean, I think it was probably on Monday or Tuesday, Governor Stitt put out a press release announcing that he was in Azerbaijan. And, you know, the whole family went. My immediate reaction was, why are we paying for Stitt's vacation at the Caspian Sea? But this thing, I mean, it gets weirder the more research you do about this. Vox put out a video back, I don't know, December of last year about the war between Azerbaijan and Armenia. If you don't know where this is on a map, it's like, I don't know, between the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea, like kind of near Turkey, just to the east of Turkey. And, heavily contested region, a lot of problems with it. But, like, Azerbaijan is really interesting place. Like, this same family has run the country since the fall of the Soviet Union. It was a Soviet state. And they don't have a good record on anything, really. I mean, it's everything you would expect to see from a state that has had the same family running it for 30 years. Not fair elections, lots of corruption, all this stuff. So anyway, Stitt is there, and it is, he's doing the full thing, like eating the caviar and, seeing the sights. And, apparently this is a thing that Azerbaijan does. Like, it's, they bring you over here and give you a bunch of stuff, and then what do they get in exchange, you might ask? We don't know. But it's weird as hell. Like, that's just my big thing is it is super weird. Why is he there? What is he doing? What are we losing for this effort? Yeah, legitimacy. And that does seem like what it is. It's about legitimizing the regime there, which, I don't know, man. You got to call Kevin Stitt to give you some legitimacy. I think you got more problems than you think.
So, yeah, these type of things remind me, I watch Beat, right? And so, like, when so often on Beat, like, she has these high expectations of going to like a great country and receive, let me take it back, not great country, but a more prominent country around the world and receiving all of these awards and this acclaim for doing these things. And then it's always like she just ends up in somewhere that no one fucking knows or something wild like that.
Yeah.
And like, that's Kevin Stitt, right? So as you said, if you want legitimacy, world legitimacy, you would probably try to host some prominent Americans for reasons, some good, many bad. America is at the forefront of the world. So you would try to get the president. You can't get the president, you try to get the VP or some high-ranking Secretary of State. Some high-ranking official, maybe a former president, a former Secretary of State, maybe, one of our infamous war criminals like Henry Kissinger or something. I don't fucking know. But like, you have to reach way into the backbench to get the governor of Oklahoma and consider that anywhere near a step towards international legitimacy, right? And so that's the first thing. The second thing is you're eating caviar while there's a COVID outbreak in your state. And we're going to address that later, obviously, but COVID and caviar, like, what are you doing? Like, we know you have a reason. We know you have something to fucking do. So often with Stitt, because he leans into the bullshit and there's so much he's fucking up with the state, it's like, we know you have something to do, right? There's literally always something to be doing in the state of Oklahoma because there's always a fire to put out because we defunded every fucking thing except prisons. So, like, there's always something for you to be doing. And he always finds a way to get out of it and lean into this dumb culture shit because he doesn't know how to govern. And so while their COVID is running, it's not running rampant as it once did, but comparatively, compared to the rest of the country, compared to where we were even a week ago, right? Much less a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, it's running rampant by those comparisons. And so he needs to, I think he's refusing to declare a state of emergency, but like, he needs to be here doing something. and he's in Azerbaijan eating caviar. And
Yeah.
a couple of things. I'll conclude. We talk about his presidential run, and he let him tell it. Jesus came down and was like, "Run, please, Kevin. Let him tell it." But anyway, these sorts of things are why I don't believe he has the chops to run. Like he is 100% the fucking crazy, but there's no penalties for him for bad optics because our state doesn't penalize him for bad optics as much as it should. Part of that, frankly, is on us. We need to be nailing him to the wall more, and that's one of the parts of this organization is to be able to do that, to nail him to the wall for the dumb shit he does. Optics of a COVID outbreak in your state, and you're in Azerbaijan eating caviar, those sorts of things does not make a president, right? Because there's one, people say, well, Trump stay fucking up, but there's one Trump, he's an anomaly. Kevin Pitt is a boring old white man who got a lot of money and doesn't care to help anybody ilk, and that's every other fucking Republican. And he leads into the crazy, but a lot of them have better political instincts into the optics of eating caviar in Azerbaijan.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Ted Cruz Cancun thing, right? I mean, like or even when Stitt went skiing or whatever. I mean, it's, you've got problems, things you can address, and you're off eating caviar.
Caviar.
Yeah. And tweeting about it.
Like, come on.
With your little cracker.
Come on, cat. It's like cat motherfuckers is back dying. We're having deaths in the state again, and you're caviar Kevin. Again, the optics of it.
I like that
and,
one. Caviar.
And the optics of it. And while we're trying to build an organization, and we thank you all for your support in a national election, they're going to hit you with that shit over and over again because these are well-funded. Shout out to the Supreme Court for flooding our fucking political system. But once you have a well-funded opposition and you do stupid shit like that, that's the death knell to your political career.
It should be. I mean, like, there's no sense of this. I mean, I found a website that listed all of Oklahoma's trading partners. Azerbaijan's like 50th. I mean, we do more trade with Haiti than we do Azerbaijan. So, I mean, like, Canada is 25% of our trade. Like, Azerbaijan is like a half of 1%. So, like, I had it up on the screen a minute ago, but I'll just read from it now. But, like, the initial press release he sent out, I mean, it's just like the National Guard started something in 2002, which is like right when this dude took power and started making war with Armenia and doing a bunch of crazy shit. So I don't even know what that relationship's about, but it seems a little sus. But then also, like, there's stuff in here about, like, agriculture and, I mean, maybe like an OSU sort of connect. I mean, it just feels like he just went through, like, Google or, went into the state database and was like Azerbaijan and just pulled everything that like popped up and stuck in a press release and sent it out. And it's like, I just need to justify this, guys. Like, what have we done? There was some guard program in 2002. Yeah. Put that in there. And then,
it seemed
put a
like
bunch of facts about stuff.
It was like, yo, I need to make a presidential run, but I need to lay a foundation for a presidential run. But no country prominent would give a fuck if I'm there or not. Like, if I flew to France, fuck out our way. Who are you? Right. So I think he just like fucking went online because I mean, I don't insult people's intelligence a lot, but I don't think Stitt is a man of a worldly man in that regard. So I think he fucking went on Google. And there was an alphabetical list of countries. He's like, yo, call these and see which one will let me come.
Well, no, so there was actually an Oklahoma connection. There was a previous Oklahoma congressperson. I should have pulled that and brought it up. But no, it was a while ago. But it, like, basically they did the same thing. Like, I mean, this is Azerbaijan's thing. Like, they go and look for, like, D-list politicians that they can bring over. I mean, it's really embarrassing. I mean, like, that was my also initial take is like, this is just embarrassing for Oklahoma that, like, you're so low priority and so weak that you will get wined and dined by a dictator in Azerbaijan, like, because they know they can get you. Like, they know you'll respond. Like, you've got time on your schedule for that. Any other self-respecting, mayor or governor of a state would be like, yeah, I got stuff. Like, don't hit me.
This is a fucking COVID outbreak in the state.
Yeah.
But he should have, have one of his right-wing crazy at least from Twitter, nut job people in his office contact me, and I got a plan for him. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have Stitt hit up Kevin Calvi's Russian oligarch brother and see if he can link Stitt with Putin, right? And then
there you go,
man, you gotta leverage your connections, Caviar Kevin. You just hit up Calvi, like, yo, your brother's still a Russian oligarch. That's so fucking weird to me. Like, that's
but seriously, like he could have been in Sochi or wherever the Winter Olympics were a few years back. He could have been there. Like, if you're gonna go clout chasing, at least get some actual clout. So weird deal. And the media's there have been a few reporters that have kind of bit on it. It's hard. I mean, nobody can probably find Azerbaijan on a map, and I mean, we obviously have no real relationship with it.
I was gonna say, that's like if he's expecting to make international news, a international splash, I can think like, what the fuck? Like, what is he doing? It'd been better served. It's like flying over to Tokyo and trying to catch a game or something. Like,
seriously,
like what? Like,
there are probably more athletes in the Tokyo Games from Oklahoma than I mean, Azerbaijan. It's like we do $3 million a year in trade with them. I mean, it's such a reach. It's such a weird deal.